Are you clear on your side?
Yeah. Am I not on your
I'm
side?
just making sure. You look a little blurry. That's what I was wondering.
I kind of look blurry. Let me wipe this fucking thing off.
What have you been doing in front of your camera, Kevin?
Don't you worry about it.
Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense. That's right, America. I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this is the lost art of common sense. In this episode, we're talking about woke corporations. Why? So, Kevin, obviously it's starting to look like more and more people are getting tired of this woke bullshit and the whole woke culture. Why are more and more companies going down that path, do you think?
I don't know. I don't know if it has something to do with ESG or if it's more middle management. Because a lot of middle management's getting hired now, and it's the indoctrined people from universities are getting hired into these positions, and they're usually the ones that actually make marketing decisions, stuff like that. Um, the CEO pretty much just usually collects some money, and he'll make a like. I'm sure the guy at what is it, AB InBev, the head guy.
InBev, I think, something like
Yeah.
that.
So I doubt he greenlit this. I don't think everything goes through him, or probably you have to go probably pretty far down the line before you get to somebody to approve or disapprove of these ideas. And I think it's middle management going through these, putting their thumb on these corporations to do this woke bullshit. And as and what it's doing is hurting these corporations. But what are they going to do? Back off? I mean, they're not going to apologize. They're already pretty much screwed, and that's why you see a lot of go woke, go broke type of things.
Yeah, the
Um,
problem with that is a lot of them don't. Like, they don't. It seems like a lot of our boy. It depends. Now, Bud Light definitely is taking a hit, down $6 billion in market cap. But
well, Netflix took a huge hit when they went tried to go
well, they actually
Uber.
did. They had to raise their prices and all kinds.
Yeah, and
That's
they had to
the
go.
funny
And
thing
once
is,
they went Uber fucking woke there for a while, they lost a lot of customers when they did that scantily clad whatever little girl movie or whatever the fuck it is.
cuties.
Yeah, like they lost a huge, like 15% of their clients.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
So uh, you go whoa, and Disney. How much has Disney lost?
I think Disney. Well, see, that's what I get about these corporations because I do think that it is an ESG thing, and there's another acronym for a score they give to corporations. I'm not 100% sure what it is because I don't care. But if you don't have 100 on this score, it has something to do with like the LGBT social rights organization, some shit like that. And if you don't get 100, then you're marked as bad. And basically what happens is these big firms like BlackRock, and there's another one. There's another big trust fund or whatever they're called.
I think a lot of trust funds are.
Well, there's two big ones, BlackRock and one other one. I can't remember the other one, but they won't invest in there. And apparently, this ESG bullshit actually started years ago, and it was started by like NATO.
Fucking
Like
NATO.
that's like in the European Union, like because there's like billions, if not trillions, of dollars sitting in these retirement funds. Like we need to find a way to use this money for social and environmental uh, justice. And then like, now it's just like starting to get heavy because you got these companies like BlackRock that have over $1 trillion of investment capability. Which, if you have your money in a retirement fund, you should make sure that if any of your money is in a BlackRock thing, that you have it pulled out. That's really the only way you're going to stop them is people have to find where their money's at. And if it's in a BlackRock or one of these other dipshit fucking
BlackRock
investment firms,
owns a lot.
well, it doesn't matter. Like I would have it moved out. That's the only way you're going to stop them, or you're just not. But here's the thing: places like Disney have a shit ton of overhead.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. They have thousands upon
Parks.
thousands of employees.
Yeah.
Their parks, they don't own all. I guarantee you they don't own it. They probably got loans out on all kinds of shit. So they require a certain amount of revenue constantly coming in. Now, granted, they're making a shit ton of money, but they require that bottom line revenue to cover all the expenses for
Yeah.
what they're doing. So when
Yeah, you
people
need a
stop
line
going
of
to the
credit
park,
no matter what. I mean, whatever business you have, there's a line of credit you need for payroll, just general maintenance, shit like that. So
yeah, and you tell well, it's the same thing with like the cruise ships during COVID. Like Royal Caribbean is always putting out a new multi-billion-dollar boat like every other year. They don't own those. I guarantee you, they got notes out on them, and those boats have to be moving. They have to have that revenue coming in. So that's why, and that goes into the next question. Do you think these companies even care about their customers, their customer base, and like may think about like what they may think about this movement? Because at some point you still have to have fucking customers. An investment firm's not going to keep you afloat if you don't have any fucking customers.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think they care about half their customers at least. Um, I think they can take a hit and still make a pretty good profit and still stay in business, and they don't really give a shit over that. That's it. I just don't think they really care about anybody with a uh, let's say a religious value or middle America type of value or stuff like that. I think they care more about DC values and New York values and California values than they do. And granted, there's a lot more people in those areas, but
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's short sighted?
it's definitely short sighted. I don't know. Maybe they're playing the long game. I don't know. I mean, anymore, uh, young people are going to be old people or middle aged people, and I don't know. Like usually when you're young, like it was a trend there for a while up until recently, and we'll have to see how this generation is. But most people when they're young are Democrats because they like free shit, and you care about the whole social. I guess your fellow, I don't know, weirdos or
I
people.
think the real thing is up until you've
But
graduated
once
and
you
get a
get a real
job.
job and you realize taxes are a thing and a family's a thing and you have to self support yourself, you become a Republican.
Yeah, like young people, up until they're out of school and sometimes like 40, like have never had to take care of themselves. So they've always been taken care of. So they don't have any of the worries or
Exactly.
issues that other people have. So it's like, oh yeah, we should do this and that because it doesn't affect me because I'm a schmuck that lives in my parents' house in my 30s and 40s.
Because I would guess that probably
Or they
70,
make a
eighty
shit ton of
percent
money for doing
of
nothing.
middle class to upper lower class to, I'd say, upper middle class are probably 70, 80% are probably Republicans.
You would think. There's a lot of those in big cities, Kevin. So I'm
Well,
just saying.
I don't know. That's what
I don't get it. I think people are dumb.
yep. And I mean, I guess if these corporations think they can live off, uh, 30% to 30 to if 30-40% of people and 10% of those people probably live in their parents' basement still. So be it.
Mom, I need another 30.
Ah, Elov, give me some of that weird Bud Light. The one with the trans person on it.
Yeah, it's well, here's the thing too. So Anheuser-Busch, like, they're not gonna go broke. They own a lot of different beers and then they're owned by InBev or whatever the hell they are.
Yeah, they're a huge
But
company. I think
Bud
they
Light
made
is
48 billion last year in revenue or
yeah, but here's the
in
thing though.
profits.
I would I would say out of all the beers that company owns, even though I don't drink Bud Light because I don't like it, it gives me a hangover. And a lot of people are talking shit about it now, but I know a shit ton of people drink
Oh
Bud
yeah,
Light.
yeah,
I guarantee you, Bud Light is their number one seller out of all
for
their
sure,
beers,
for
like
sure. By
handedly.
far, by far, Bud Light's their biggest one. I mean, not here in the Midwest because I think, well, just Iowa, Busch Light is king. I think everywhere else, it's either Bud Light, I think it's Bud Light everywhere else.
Not in Cambridge, Illinois.
Well,
Hams, baby.
that might be the one place, the Hams Island.
I drink the shit out of it when I can find it. Hams is great.
It was great. We changed the flavor on it.
No, they didn't. It's great.
Maybe I'm saying Schlitz. They might change the flavor of Schlitz.
Hams is wonderful. I don't drink Hams light. If you drink Hams, you got to drink it heavy.
Who the fuck? I didn't know there was a Hams Light.
Dude, there is, but nobody drinks it. You can get it. Here's what I love about it. They're trying to make a comeback, so you can get a 6-pack of Tall Boys for like $4. That's my kind of beer.
Yeah. Listen, $1.
I had one in Cambridge, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of tasty.
I haven't had a Hams in 25 years.
It's enjoyable. I think Hams is just owned by Hams, so maybe
No,
you need to up your game, Hams. This is your moment.
This
Fill
is your
the
moment.
void.
Every other beer should be like, this is it. This is our time.
Well, except for there's so many beers. Like, so what did we say earlier? Like Coors Light, Miller Lite, and Hams.
Yeah, because Miller and Coors were owned by InBev for a while, but they
Canadian.
They got sold to the Molson Corporation.
Now is Molson still based in Canada?
I don't know where anything's based, man.
Or did we buy Molson's?
Who?
America.
Just America? Like
America.
just America bought it? I don't know because
well, you never know. There could have been a beer connoisseur. It's like, you know what?
Yeah, there could be.
You Canadians sooner or later are going to fuck this up, so we're just going to go ahead and buy it.
I mean, you think Canada,
Not a lot to do in Canada.
Yeah,
Except
you
for
drink.
mixed syrup.
There's a lot of drinkers in Canada because there ain't shit to do and it's always cold.
Yep.
You hunt, you drink, you get communized.
Well,
that's the things you do in Canada.
I'm going to be interested because there's a shit ton of variety of beer to drink. So I'll be interested if people hold strong and can withstand the draw to buy that Bud Light, which I don't like. And then, like, what would happen out of that? Because that's actually a big fallout. I mean, you lose your number one product. I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
$6 billion they lost.
Yeah, in like a week.
That's crazy.
2 weeks, maybe. Yeah. Well, maybe they'll get that $6 billion back from BlackRock because it's.
I mean, they're going to get it back somehow. I don't know.
It's all market capitalization, so I don't know. Okay, well, speaking of the downfall of Bud Light, what do you think of their VP of marketing? AOC's not talked about cousin. That's not really her cousin, no, but they have the same mouth.
The horse teeth? What? I don't know what is it?
I don't know, but they both have big mouths, like lots of teeth, and they talk a lot, really teethy.
So somehow she said Bud Light's been in decline for years and years and years, and that she wanted to bring her values into the Bud Light culture and get rid from the frat boy image, the raunchy commercials or the funny commercials. She wanted to get rid of those and bring in her values, which are the woke values. And so for her to say that this company was in decline and then to lose another $6 billion and to still have that job is almost amazing.
I wonder if she still does. I guess they probably can't fire her, but
why?
I mean, how do you not?
That's easily a fireable offense to lose a company $6 billion. If you can't get fired for losing $6 billion, you can. I don't know. You can set your fucking office mate on fire or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Secretary, don't like her. Firebomb. I mean, $6 billion fucking dollars. And I don't know if she's still. Maybe she doesn't have a job yet. But I
don't know. I mean, I'm assuming that they would fire her for cause. Like, oh my god, what's the cause? $6 billion.
$6 billion. So
to date.
Yeah, and if this holds. If people actually switch and stay switched, that's a huge hit, and there's no winning. You might as well dress the can with a tight dress and put a little bulge in it that might be a tap or something. I don't know. Because you might as well just go full trans can and fucking do it because, that's going to be your client base. All fucking 10% of fucking people now. I don't know. Probably, I don't know what the fuck it is anymore. So
So if they go full on with the Bud Light, you're envisioning, you're pitching the idea to Bud Light right now that the can has the tap at the bulge in the bottom, and that's where you drink out of your Bud Light cans now.
yes.
Through a bulge at the bottom.
Well, there's a little dress over it that you got to open. You got to like peel back the dress. There's a little bulge, and that's where you tap it. That's where you drink
Here's
out
to you, Kevin Albers, for inventing the bulge tap can of the Bud Light.
I mean, I guess I mean, I don't know why anybody hasn't done that anyways. Because you know how people shotgun, they poke a hole in the can and you open it from the top and you suck it over.
You pour it down through the
And
bulge.
that's how you shotgun a goddamn beer. But I mean, this is just having a dress over top.
Not through a bulge.
Some bulges are bigger
mean,
than others. Some are just tucked under. I mean, you don't know where the bulge is, but some are on that can.
I'll tell you one thing. The dude, Dylan Mulvaney, he's literally a guy that wears makeup. Like, you can tell he hasn't done anything other than that.
He does woman face. I mean, that's what the fuck he does.
Woman face.
Yeah, I mean,
before we get to that, though, because that is a question I have coming up.
okay.
I am curious to think, though, because of old Dylan, there's been other companies. Like, apparently, I didn't know about this. Apparently, he's also a spokesperson for Ulta, and then obviously the Nike one where he's like jumping around like a fucking idiot. Do you think that this boycott could spread not only from Bud Light to but like things like Nike and stuff like that? Because you got to think Ulta, and I've had to go to Ulta with my lady, and there are some
What the fuck's Ulta?
weird. It's a makeup.
No, that'll probably be fine.
But think about it though. They're using a dude. I mean, you could argue that he stole a job from a woman.
Obviously. And
the whole point of it is get your makeup to pretend to be a woman from Ulta.
That's because liberal fucking women think they're progressive.
You're so strong.
That somehow them taking opportunities from women is a step towards feminism. Like, feminism obviously means let dudes do everything for you. Get back in the fucking kitchen. Because we'll even be you in commercials. We'll be you on fucking sports teams. We will be, you know what? Transit up, do a woman's secretary job. Regular women, get back in the kitchen.
That's kind of seems like the way they're acting.
Because
Candace Owens actually thanked men for our reaction on the Bud Light thing. Because the Bud Light boycott is the first like actual major thing against woke culture that has had a significant. There was some other one that I think Matt Walsh brought up. I had no idea what the hell he was talking about. Maybe it wasn't Matt Walsh. Maybe it was that one radio show in the morning that I can't remember their names. But
don't know who you're talking about.
I don't know if any other. Like Carhartt got hit for a while. I still won't buy Carhartt.
What the fuck did Carhartt do?
Carhartt has nothing to do with necessarily being woke. They enforce the mandate for the vaccine on their employees. So I'm like, well, I'm not buying Carhartt anymore. I'll buy Ariat or Dickies.
I like Dickies. Why not?
Yeah, I'm not going to throw my Carhartt shit away. It's not
No,
cheap
I still got some Carhartt shit.
Like, it's still nice. I'm just not buying any new Carhartt.
Anyways, most of my shit's Dickies anyways because it's basically the same thing without the label. I mean, I'm going...
Yeah, except for Dickies jackets that are comparable to Carhartt are freaking expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, being kind of a dick there, Dickie.
Hell, it's in the name, dummy.
Well, that's true.
Walls. Walls, maybe? Is that... That's a company, right? Walls?
Yeah, Walls. I wouldn't buy Walls.
I've never bought Walls, but I just know... I'm just thinking of...
It's basically like a Walmart brand for Carhartt.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of different kind of ones.
I used to buy a bunch of Sonoma Carpenter jeans for work because they were like $10.
Yeah, I used to buy ones from Old Navy because they were like $7 jeans. And they last like 6 months, but $7.
Yeah, and they always get tight in the taint after you wash them.
Yeah, then the knees blow out quick. And I'm not telling you where I worked, just telling you I worked.
I'm just saying, in the job that I was doing while I was wearing those, The knees always blew out. That's all I'm saying. But so yeah, I think we actually kind of touched on this last week, but
we did
maybe we did or
at
didn't.
the
But
end
do
of
you
the
think?
episode, I think.
Yeah, do you think Dylan Mulvaney is fake?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Like you don't think
I
he's
don't think
actually
he's
like a
actually trans
man
at all. I don't think
transitioning?
he's effing I don't think he thinks I think he's a gay dude, but I don't think he's ever a person that thought he was a woman, like an actual trans person. I think he's a person who saw where the money is and decided, hey, if I just shave and I watch every 60s and 50s uh, show about women so I can act like the dumbest woman possible.
I learned how to be a woman from the mom from Leave It to Beaver.
Basically, he talks all. There's no woman that talks like that anymore. And if they do, they're like those ones that are like artificially happy, like pretend happy, then, they hate their fucking life. That's the kind of woman that talks like he does. Like they're putting on an act, and that's exactly what he talks like. He's putting on an act. He's not a person who, just trying to be himself. You know what I'm
You know what
saying?
he kind of reminds me of?
He's an actor, and
A character from Pleasantville.
yes, that's why I said 50s and 60s.
Yeah, that I could see like he probably maybe watched that and was like, you know what? That's where I'm gonna craft my thing because he's so over the top and so like it has to be fake because he dresses like someone from the 50s, 60s, or and maybe roaring 20s. Whenever they had the dogs on their skirts, the poodle skirts or whatever.
Where he's like, I can't believe I haven't got my period yet.
Yeah, that's another thing. He says the stupid shit like, "Oh, I bought some tampons, just the Maxis, and I still haven't bled yet." It's like, okay, so
How
he's
is
either clinically insane or he's literally trolling the shit out of the world and making it. And if that's what he's doing, hey, props.
how's any woman who's ever had a hardship because they're a woman falling for this shit? I don't get it. Like, what are you doing, women? Stand up for
Yeah, so
yourself. You remember?
either way, he's an insult to women.
I'm sure you saw that Bill Burr thing, right? Where he's like, where he's talking about the WNBA,
Keep going.
and he's like, hey, you can't just ask for the same pay as men, then get all mad at men for not giving it to you when you don't even support the WNBA. You're not supporting your own sports, so why should they make just as much? Like they have 400 people in the stands, and you know what it should be? 15,000 women in the stands supporting the women basketball players, but they're not. All they want to do is virtue signal and bitch about something. That's basically what he's saying.
That's basic economics and people not understanding how business works. The reason why they can pay NBA players exponentially more than WNBA players is because the NBA brings in a shit ton more money.
It's a subsidy of the NBA. The NBA pays for the WNBA.
Are you insinuating that the WNBA
would be better with trans
is
men?
basically it could be a tax write-off for the NBA?
Absolutely. But I got to say, the women's Final Four did have more viewers than the men's Final Four this year.
Well, yeah. Why was that, you think?
It's
I don't follow basketball. It was
because
of
Iowa.
It's a stupid sport.
It was because of Iowa.
Because Iowa's awesome.
They have a star player named Caitlin Clark who's like, I don't know if you know who Steph Curry is.
I don't know anybody who plays sports.
But she's basically a person that can shoot the basketball from like 35, 40 feet out.
I can do that.
And make it, though.
Oh.
Yeah. And she's just awesome. I mean, she scores like, she scored like 2 40-point games in a row. She's really good. So everybody's just watching for her and a couple other women that are really good. And like the men's Final Four was a bunch of no-name teams really this year.
Bunch of losers.
Well, I mean, this didn't have the star.
Well, not actually losers because they were winners.
They didn't have the star power somehow that the women's NCAA did.
I don't know. I just don't like basketball. I think it's stupid.
I like college basketball. I barely watch the NBA. I watch the NBA sometimes during the playoffs, but even then, I'm like,
I don't watch any basketball.
I don't mind basketball.
It's dumb.
So
He touched my arm. I'm going to jump 20 feet across the court.
but yes, to get back to basically. Well, that's NBA basketball.
Yeah, I think the only year I watched basketball, the NBA, was like,
when Jordan
I
was
don't
playing.
know, close to 20 years ago when the Sixers were good.
How are the Sixers good? Who the Sixers have?
That dude with all the tattoos.
Allen Iverson?
Yes.
Was he on the Sixers?
Yes.
I don't remember.
He was sleeky or slinky.
I used to be really big in the NBA in my teens and my early 20s, but then it got stupid.
I couldn't, I know the guy from Ohio.
LeBron James?
LeBron James. He's like the only person I know who plays
Do you
basketball.
know him? Because
does he still play basketball?
Yes, he still plays basketball. He's probably going. His son's probably going to jump into the league next year.
Does his son look like a full-grown adult playing a bunch of children in high school like LeBron did?
I don't know. I don't know anything about his kid. Other his name.
I've seen. I remember watching footage of him.
I think his name's Bronny.
Like the paper towels.
Bronny.
That's close.
Oh, I know.
Does he wear a lot of plaid?
He does not. He's not a white lumberjack. Weirdly enough,
it's just a basketball player.
Which is I guess I get the lumberjack. Do they still have him as the mascot, or was that too?
I think so. I don't know. That's a funny thing about how they change shit, because I generally don't pay attention to labeling, except for the fact that Land O'Lakes is just stupid. It made it hilarious how they kicked the Indian off the lake.
Yeah,
that part.
Once again, we kicked the Indian off the land.
It's like I swear, some of these people, like the dumbass at Bud Light, who she should definitely be fired. They have and they say that people in Washington and stuff, they all live in a bubble and stuff like that. But these people literally do. They have no way of what the hell is that called? Interflexion? That's not right.
Interflexion, yeah.
Is that a word?
I think so.
I don't think that's right.
When you look inside yourself?
Yeah, they have no way of doing that.
Yeah, it's interflexion, I think. Interflexion. Not interflexion, interflexion, I think.
Something like that. But it's hey, we can't have this Indian as her mascot because it's not right to Indians, even though no Indians probably give a shit. And then they have no idea that so we're going to remove the Indian. You think they would market test these with people that aren't from where they're at? It's hey, we're going to take the Indian off. And someone would probably be like, so you're kicking the Indian off the land? That's fucked up.
Well, look at the Cleveland Indians. They are not like the Cleveland, I don't know, Commanders or something. I don't know what the fuck they are. But the Cleveland Indians in baseball changed their name because they thought Indians was too offensive.
Isn't thinking that's offensive actually offensive? Because in order for you to think,
and I don't think there's one Indian tribe that had a problem with the Cleveland Indians.
Well, here's the thing: when people accuse the Indians mascot and blah 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 is offensive, no, you think it's offensive, so you think Indians are offensive. You're the one who's the bigot.
Yes,
because you're offended by it.
Yeah, it's always white people. I mean, for the most part, why did they get rid of Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben? And
when the family literally asked for them not to do that.
Yeah, and for the most part, I don't think, the majority of black people care.
I would hope not.
It's the loud.
I don't know.
It's the loud people like Stacey Abrams and Farrakhan and.
Yeah, Farrakhan.
They're the ones who care. Most people don't care. You know why I buy syrup? Because I like it on pancakes.
Tastes good on
but
waffles.
I'm not buying it because if not, they have a certain logo. I don't care if it tastes good. It tastes good.
Yeah, I don't.
I like regular syrup, real syrup, not the artificial syrup, though.
You like the Canadian stuff.
The stuff comes from trees, man. From
sweet
trees.
Stuff.
The maple
Pure
stuff.
Maple.
Yeah.
It's just sap. You're sapping up your pancakes.
Fuck yeah, I am.
kind of weirdo eats fucking pancakes? Waffles, buddy. Waffles.
I like waffles.
You probably that asshole that goes to the
I
Waffle
like French
House and
toast.
orders pancakes.
No, I don't. I don't actually like pancakes or waffles that much. But
I love waffles.
I do like French toast.
That's because you're uppity.
I am.
So I love me
Excuse
some
me,
fancy.
sir. Give me your
I like fancy bread soaked in eggs with a touch of cinnamon.
I love the cinnamon. And you put a little.
I'll tell you one thing. I watched a video by Elton Brown. Not Elton John, Elton Brown. On how to make French toast. Turns out to make authentic French toast is a huge pain in the ass.
Yeah, usually I just use like eggs, milk, and cinnamon.
Yeah, you dip it and you like
You
you're
dip
supposed to
it
like
and cook
soak it and bake it, and then like it's a thing. And this is why people don't like the French.
Yeah, they make easy shit difficult.
Actually, we don't have to like the French anymore because they're
They don't like themselves.
they're going to China now.
Well, there's a huge protest going. Do you know about the protests in France?
Yeah, I don't
Millions.
remember what it was about.
I don't know, like millions of
It
people.
was something stupid though. Like it's like we want more money for
No, I
less
know what it's
work.
about because they raised the age of retirement
Oh, the retirement age.
by 2 years from 64 to 66. It's 71 here. And I don't even remember when that happened. No one told me when it happened. Just one day I was like, hey, I can't wait to be 65.
Every year.
Like when I first started the job force, workforce, it was 65. And no one told me that in 20 years it would be 71. That is horseshit. How am I pretty soon it's going to keep going as every year I work, the retirement age is going to go up.
Do that because they're pushing back your full Social Security benefits.
Well, they want you to die.
Well, that's not nice.
Well, they do. They're trying to equal out when people die, and that's how they get Social Security, or that's why they do it. They only want to pay you for 2 years.
It's all those damn baby boomers holding on.
They just want to pay you for 2 years. That's what it is.
That's horseshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're buddying up to China. Hey, what do you think of that American intelligence leak that came out? Which I guess the guy was arrested. I don't know who he is.
All the documents and shit?
Yeah. The ones that, once again, make America look like a bunch of assholes.
Oh, where we're spying on South Korea and like a bunch of our allies and shit.
Let's be honest, though. All of our allies are probably spying on us.
Absolutely.
But they're not dumb enough to let it out.
I didn't get to see all of them. I didn't really read up a whole lot on them. Just kind of a short summary of what it was about. I don't know. He should be arrested. They're still classified documents.
He was arrested.
Yeah. And
they found out who it was.
Good. I mean,
I'm curious to find out about the person. I don't know anything about him. Like,
probably some dick. Probably didn't like his job.
Do you think he's left or right, or just likes causing chaos?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know what all the papers were about. If there was something like damning to,
I'm not 100% sure about this because I haven't read them, but I could have sworn someone said that America allowed Ukraine to be invaded, like the whole Ukraine war. The reason why they didn't go to the table and let the war going on had to do with natural gas in Ukraine.
I think it also had showed that, the reason we were in Afghanistan was a big money-making scheme.
Okay. Unless we're at war with a real enemy. Now, granted, going after terrorists.
No, like it specifically said why we were there.
No.
Not just, hey, this is what we think. Like, it was, like, proven that this is why we went to war.
No, but like what I'm
saying
is... Or why
we stayed in war.
Like World War I or World War II, that's exactly why they're there.
And I also want to talk to everyone about why people don't like Trump. Because he doesn't give a fuck about making everyone else money. He'd rather have our troops home than making the swamp a bunch of money. So that's why everybody's against Trump. And that's why the media's against Trump. That's why Democrats are against Trump. That's why there's all these rhinos against Trump. Because Trump basically doesn't give a fuck. So he's pretty much costing a bunch of people a bunch of money. And that's why they really hate him, because he was a Democrat in 2007, and they didn't hate him then. And it wasn't until they realized, oh shit, this guy's going to probably pull us out of war and stop making us money and doing all the shit to shut down all our weird money laundering schemes.
Yeah, well, and he was
Because he
also
knows what
like
they are.
he was a normal Democrat. Like there used to be non-crazy, stupid
Yeah.
asshole hates America, bringing the
He's
country down into a flaming pile of shit
he's
Democrats.
a Democrat like Elon Musk's a Democrat.
Yeah, I think he's an independent now. He was pulled to the
Well,
independent.
yeah, he was pulled to independent because the left went so far left. But I'm just saying, this is why everybody hates him. I mean, because he knows all their dirty secrets. He knows how they make money, and he was shut that shit down.
You know, and I don't want to. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I think we probably should have an episode kind of about like the upcoming election and Trump's chances and everybody else running.
I figure we do that later on in the year
Yeah,
when we get
I think we'll
closer.
have one.
Once
But
primary start?
did you? Did you? You haven't seen it. You didn't see the Tucker Carlson Trump interview, did you?
No, I don't
See the
have the
way.
fancy cable.
You can literally watch Fox News for free. I think maybe not. There's some cheap bastards. No, but like if he runs his campaign and can stay like he was in that interview, I think he has a damn good chance of winning. And Republicans have to do. They're thinking of like, and that's what people are saying. If they're going to be in states where you can do ballot harvesting, Republicans need to ballot harvest. It's bullshit. It should be illegal, but if it's legal in the state, Republicans need to do it too. It just it is. But like he's talking about he was just talking about all this stuff. You know, he still has his Trump way of talking, but it wasn't the over the top, bullshit. I guess he really only had really one really bad debate.
Yeah, but
But
it
you could
was a
argue
really
even with
bad debate.
you could argue with that one with Hillary where he kept saying wrong, which a lot of people liked about it because it was different. But like, in order for him to win or any Republican to win, you have to pull the independents because for some reason, independents are dumb enough to vote for people on the left. Like, I don't see how anybody votes for a Democrat nowadays that isn't in the far left because they're so fucking extreme. It's like, you know what? They're not so bad. Things are going horrible, but
Things are going horrible. They're trying to transition your children, and you know, they're basically just lying to you constantly. They're trying to bring back segregation, but other than that, they're not that bad.
yeah. So I think if he stays the way he was, because people can say whatever they want about Trump, whether you like him or hate him or whatever, he's pretty authentic. Like you get what you get with Trump. He doesn't have that political wag the dog shit. He
No,
just says what's on his mind.
whatever's on his mind, and sometimes that's what's
And
horrible.
but when he says something, you pretty much know he's genuine about it. Like he said something, he asked him about if Biden should run or whatever, and he's just like, I shouldn't say this because it sounds bad, but like there's something wrong with him, and he didn't say it like in a bombastic way. You could tell he literally meant it, and there was some concern in his voice. And everybody knows there is something wrong with Biden, so that's what he said. If he stays like that, I think he has a good chance of cutting through all the bullshit.
I think so too. I just don't think
I think he's gonna have to work his Twitter account too. Like I know he's got truth, but you can't.
you're not
You,
going.
you he's gonna have to work his Twitter account too.
Yeah, or maybe have somebody else work his Twitter account. I don't know. I think you need
Yeah, just something, but you can't not use it
social
because
media.
like not everyone's gone over to truth. Like people that are independent that don't like him probably aren't gonna be on.
There's a bunch more people moving over to truth though because I guess Twitter is suppressing Substack, which I don't even know what Substack is. I think it's just
It's like kind of like uh, people write articles there. It's almost like a blog that you pay for. It's like a subscription service for blogs, I think, because I follow a couple people on there,
oh, do you?
and I just follow their articles that they write.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know. I don't know why they'd be. I don't.
How do we get on the
I
Trump?
don't know. Well, unless he's fired everybody because he's in the news. He's always in the news.
Yeah,
It's Trump.
what was the question that led to this?
If you had watched his interview.
No, what beginning question on your questions did you ask that we veered so far?
Oh, I don't know. We've been in. Oh, the leaked American stuff.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay,
Yeah. Gotcha. Sound
Um,
like a billy goat.
yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe if it's I don't know. I don't know if it's bad or good. I mean, I think some things should be leaked.
Yeah, I think. Well, the problem is too. There's so many secrets that if you truly live in a free society, you really shouldn't. I get it. There's some stuff like means and methods that should be like kept secret, but like you live in a free society, the civilian population should have a pretty decent idea what's going on. It's just like how the assholes in the White House who are running the country. It's not Biden. If you think Biden's actually running the country, you're a fucking idiot. I've said it many a times. They they're like passing like taxes and law. Like they're literally running the country from the White House, which is not legal. Like we are literally getting into a taxation without representation scenario. And so like stuff like them bringing out that stuff needs to be highlighted, and like it would be nice to know who's actually running the country, which is just a bunch of left wing dipshits. But
Oh,
I don't know.
did you see in Ireland where they found like 5 pages of classified papers
Yeah,
and just in the
yeah,
street?
yeah.
Like somebody just picked them up out of the street and they're like, it's like classified on them or something.
Or how Hunter had to jump in because a child asked Biden a question, and he's like talking about getting the vaccine or not getting COVID. The kid's like, "What's the?" It's paraphrasing. What's the key to success? And he's like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to get COVID." Wait, what are you talking about? It's like your answer should have been Joe, cheating.
Yes. What you do is you become a politician, you just wait long enough and eventually you become president. I don't know. Or
I
rich.
guess, but he had no idea what the fuck was going on.
That's because he's
And then
fucking.
apparently he just like walked by the prime minister of Ireland.
The dude's out of it. He doesn't know anything.
Yet he's still thinking of running for president. Even though when
Who else
Al
they have
Roker
other
asked him
than
about it,
RFK Jr. or whatever?
well, the governor of California, Gary
Gavin
Keating, going to
Newsom?
run. Gavin Newsom.
Yeah, but that guy's a fucking walking Ken doll, and I mean that in the literal sense. He has the brains of a Ken doll. That guy is so woke that there is no way he. I
You
don't
know
know.
how
I
we
can't
talked
say.
about?
I'm not going to say there's no way he can become president. I'm just saying if he becomes president, the America's over. We should just
Well,
shut the fucking door, get the fuck out, turn the lights off, throw the match in, let it burn.
that literally probably should have happened when Biden got elected, but because Biden was literally an idiot.
Well,
Now
yeah, but when he was
we
elected,
can have discussions on whether or not Biden was actually
yeah,
an
no,
idiot.
we have. But I'm just saying when Biden was elected, at least he ran as a moderate. He just once he became president, he was a left wing nut
Well, here's
because
the thing, though. Gavin Newsom, if you
you know he's a
listen,
left wing fucking fruitcake
but
nut.
here's the thing: he's traveling the country and he's talking about like, okay, you know, the Dr. Greer episode we talked about like double super black government, ultra whatever. He's the kind of guy who would be part of that because the dude is a total narcissist and he's a fucking like he can tell lies like no other. Like the dude's literally like, what we've done in California is great and the people in Florida are bad. It's like, okay, who the fuck is going to believe that?
If you just put a side by side fucking like just study of Florida versus like California, I mean, obviously Florida's going to win, other than not having Floridians in California. That's the only thing. Like, there's more Californians probably in Florida now than there ever were.
Put it this way. Well, just because this is literally the first time since California was made a state that they've lost population. But any bad example that he tries to make of Florida, you could probably find 10 of the exact same thing out of California.
Yeah.
Like, that guy's a fucking idiot. And so are these people, like,
All these
you know, we say this
California
a lot.
cities
The
are
people that
shitholes.
vote for these people are fucking idiots.
I
They're just being them. They're like, same thing with the dumbasses in Chicago. You literally deserve everything you get because you got out a progressive mayor and elected an even more progressive mayor because you're fucking stupid and you deserve everything you get because I want to make sure I can have abortions.
how the fuck
That's why the dude got elected.
how the fuck are we going to fucking elect a person who was recalled in his own state? I mean, he won again, but he was recalled.
Did he really win though, Kevin?
Who
Who
fucking
knows?
knows?
Who knows nowadays?
I mean, but for sure he did. He did win the second time. But the fact that he got recalled at all because he was doing such a shitty job that there's enough signatures to recall him. I mean, I think he needed like a third of the state.
It was a lot, and they had plenty.
Yeah, but somehow the same morons who recalled him didn't do anything to make sure he didn't become governor again. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, I don't feel sorry for these blue cities that are burning in hell because you dumb son of a bitches just keep fucking voting for these Democrats and you deserve everything you
Chicago?
get. I don't Chicago, New York, California, Oregon, Washington, it's like all the people complaining. Well, all the people really that are complaining, a lot of them are moving, but like you literally deserve everything that you got coming to you for voting for these people because like I don't care if I just can't bring myself to vote for a Republican. Well, okay, cool, enjoy your home invasions.
Did you did you see where New York's actually going to have robot dogs as uh, helping the police?
What are they gonna do? They don't have teeth, they
I
don't even have
don't
heads.
know, but somehow I didn't read the
If it's
article.
the robot dog I'm thinking of,
Let me see.
I think they do put guns on them though.
What?
Yeah, they've put weapons on them for like breaching doors and stuff. If it's the robot I'm thinking of.
Robot dogs in New York. Robo dog, robotic dog joins New York police.
That's
Let's
pretty
see this.
sweet.
It's the AP, so it's not like it's available. 3 new high-tech policing devices Tuesday. A robotic dog that critics called creepy when it first joined the police pack 2.5 years ago. The GPS tracker. DigiDog is out of the past. DigiDog is part of the toolkit we're using. It was released in 2020. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck it does.
Maybe they do like what Dallas did with the bomb machine, where they strap a bomb to the bomb machine and then blow up the bad guy. That everybody complained about. And I was totally
It's
fine
supposed to be
with.
deployed in risky situations like hostage standoffs and stuff like that. So I'm guessing it's
What
just
the? It must have some kind of like laser guided firearm on it. Because what's it gonna do? It's like, oh, you know what? I was gonna murder my hostage, but that robotic dog is so cute, I give up.
well, I mean, maybe there's like there's no way they're gonna expect this. You just walk this robotic dog and the guy's like, what the fuck? And all of a sudden he boom, down.
You know what you do is you're sending the robotic dog that looks all like mangy and like fucked up looking,
Yeah. Yeah.
like half covered fur, half robotic.
Exactly.
Oh my god, what is that?
What the fuck is that thing?
We'll probably wrap this episode up pretty quick, but I did want to ask you. So you know about the two Nashville congressmen that got ejected from the state Senate
Yes.
or Congress?
Well, one's back in, right? Or is both of them?
No, both of them are.
Jesus.
But and here's the thing: I think someone intentionally didn't vote to eject the white lady just so they could try to make it about race. Because
Yeah.
she retained her seat by one vote, and I guarantee you that's why.
It might
It
be,
wasn't
yeah.
because she's pleaded. It wasn't because she didn't use a bullhorn. It's because, like, you know what? If we don't kick her out, when we kick out the two black dudes, we can turn this into a big race
What
thing.
did you see the black
But
the black?
have you seen the dude with the afro and the dark glasses and the
I was
weird
just about to talk about this.
70s
Yes.
porn mustache?
Yes.
Have you seen the video from him from college?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck?
The guy's like well spoken. Then
He went to
else.
like an Ivy League, like expensive college.
I
Had
think
a great
I think he
upbringing.
went to a private high school. Then he went to
He grew up with money.
yeah. Then he went to a very expensive college, like I think $175,000 a year college. Then all of a sudden,
Ran for student president and is like, hello, friends. I'm running for the president of student council because I'm going to bring differing opinions together because talking our
and now he's
problems out is
talking like
super
he's
good.
fucking MLK.
Yeah, and I
or
was like, I
fucking
was banned
Malcolm
from the
X.
seat, but now I am back.
Yeah.
Now, they don't, the funny thing is, someone brought up, they really don't emulate Malcolm X that much because Malcolm X hated white liberals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
Like, they have him in interviews, like, he said, like, do not trust a white liberal, and, like, he would, like, manipulate him to get money out of him because he had no respect for him because he knew what they were doing. They manipulate any minority. It's not just black people. It's any minority they can they manipulate them into thinking that they need them and they're oppressed and they have all this going on so they can have power. Everything is about power and money. They don't give a shit about anybody.
Well, it's true. I mean, Malcolm X was right about it. The problem is he just used violence.
He did use violence.
Which, I mean.
Well, and I heard, I think I heard it on Crowder. MLK had, wasn't he like, was he, had something to do with communism.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, Marxism.
You'd have to look into it. It was like some kind of Marxist thing or something like that. But like, or maybe he either supported or was supported by. It's something about that. But I mean, the guy did good works. It's just, it's so condescending. And then I think Tucker went through all the politicians that have talked Obama, Hillary Clinton, and then AOC would speak kind of like him. And then she spoke like a very stereotype Spanish voice.
Oh, I know.
You know, when she was getting shouted at, she's like, okay.
Yeah. When she was getting yelled at.
Like all these people, I think Hillary Clinton was the worst, though.
Oh.
I'm tired.
You know, I don't go anywhere without some hot sauce in my purse. And she's actually said that. Like, shut the fuck up.
What kind of bubble do you have to live in to think that it would be okay to act like that? And this one guy, though, he
well, if you ain't black, you ain't
if you don't know if you're whether or not you're voting for me, then you're not black.
Yeah.
And like, they still got a majority of the black vote.
I know.
It's weird. I don't know. I think like literally just go in and either always vote Democrat, always vote Republican, whatever.
I don't know. They used to have it to where you could just mark Republican or Democrat all the way through. They don't have that anymore. You have to mark everyone anymore. At least it is in Iowa. I don't know if you have that in Texas or.
I think we have to. Well, no, you can mark all Republican, but you have to scroll down through every single person. I think you can basically hit Republican.
Well, we're still doing paper.
Or
we still do paper.
America.
We still do paper here. We don't have the.
We don't. Ours is electronic and it prints out a paper backup.
Ours is paper, then we put it in the machine.
Oh. Tally. See, that's, I don't know. There's some things about that. What kind of counting machines do you use in Iowa, Kevin?
I don't know, but we went all Republican, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh, okay, never mind.
So, the truth-telling kind?
So what you're saying is the left no longer have dominion over Iowa.
That's right. We never had those. I think it's because there's so many rural counties that a lot of internet wasn't great for a while.
Yeah.
So they can't just do dominion in the cities and stuff. Then
some farmer out in the middle of the northwest corner of Iowa was like, "Hey, I finally got me the AOL."
I mean, there's still areas where you can't get. I don't think there's areas where you can't get broadband in Iowa.
Oh, I'm sure there's places in Texas you can't get it.
Yeah,
that's why they got Elon Musk.
I thought they were fixing that with the
Starlight,
with the Infrastructure Act or whatever the fuck it was.
I don't know. It's the same shit with them trying to. Okay, here's another and then
How do they have so much money in these fucking bills and nothing gets implemented?
Because the bill has nothing to do with what they're said. And we'll wrap this up after this just because it's running long. But so they came out, and one of the strategies the Democrats have for, I think Biden runs again, is bringing in all these TikTok influencers while they're simultaneously talking about banning TikTok. And the bill that bans TikTok has nothing to do with it. Granted, it might do that, but it gives the federal government huge carte blanche to go through all kinds of social media and internet and phone shit. It is bad. They never do what they say they're going to do.
No.
But I think that kind of wraps it up. Woke companies are stupid. If you go woke, you should go broke. I think I'm never buying a Bud Light again. It's not like I really buy it anyway.
What are we doing next week?
Probably not going to stop drinking Busch Light. I don't know. You're the one doing it next week. What do you want to do it on?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. It's going to be a surprise, America. It's going to be a big surprise.
China or something. I don't know. We should probably do one on China.
Yeah, you do it.
Is that why you didn't do it this week? Because you're supposed to do China this week. That you fucking switched it up last Monday.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know what else
this
about
is just
China.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
This is the first boycott that seems like it's really doing something, so I figured we should talk about it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, well, I think that wraps up. So I'd say until next week, America, I'm Josh.
And I'm Kevin.
And this was the Lost Art of Common Sense, baby!
Common sense. Common
Common
sense.
sense.
Common
Common
sense.
sense.
Common sense.
All
Common
right, we're
sense.
out.